Now, you've heard my song about 2D and 3D shapes, how 2D shapes are flat, but 3D shapes pop out. So, boys and girls, you are going to be able to name 2D and 3D shapes in any position or size, and you'll also be able to compare them. So we're going to look at this slideshow together. It says, let's review what we know about shapes. So all shapes have a name. Most of them do anyway. And I want you to try to name the shapes that you see. Let's see what shapes there are. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, and it is called a square. This one doesn't have any sides or vertices. It's just a round shape called a circle. 1, 2, 3. I know this is a triangle then because tri means 3, and it has 1, 2, 3 vertices and 1, 2, 3 sides. This rectangle has 4 sides and our square has 4 sides, but a rectangle has 2 short sides and 2 long sides. Now, shapes can be in any position and they can be any size. These green circles are 2 different sizes. These yellow rectangles are 2 different sizes and they are in different positions. Our purple squares, small, large, and they're in different positions. And look at these red triangles, small, big, in different positions. We can describe shapes by telling about their sides and their vertices. Like we talked about with this square, it has 4 sides, and all the sides in a square, all 4 sides, are the same. They are the same length, the same size, just as long as each other. And they also have 4 vertices. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that. Those vertices are the corners where the lines meet. Now, the green shape is a circle, and it doesn't have any straight sides, so 0 straight sides and 0 vertices. This is a triangle. It has 3 sides and 3 vertices. We already talked about our rectangle, how it has 2 short sides and 2 long sides. Everyone makes mistakes, right? Let me say that again so that I make sure I say it clearly. 2 short sides and 2 long sides. And it has 4 vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 4 sides altogether because 2 short sides plus 2 more long sides equals 4 sides altogether. Shapes are flat that you see on here. These shapes, they're all flat or 2D, two-dimensional. There are also solid shapes that we call 3D shapes or three-dimensional, and they pop out. Here are some examples, and we're going to talk about them in more detail. These shapes also have a name. This is a cylinder. A cylinder is a 3D shape because it is solid. It is not flat, and the ends look like circles, and you can find them in the real world. Look at these cylinder shapes, like this glass, the soda can, the candle, and the paper towels. Next is a cube. And a cube is a 3D shape because it is solid and not flat. It pops out. And it has sides that look like squares. Here are some examples of cubes in real life. Like an ice cube, it even says it in the word. These blocks are cubes, dice, this box. Next is a sphere, and a sphere is a 3D shape because it is solid and not flat. The sides are all curved, and it's really hard to show a sphere on a computer screen or on a piece of paper because spheres are not exactly like circles because they pop out. And when we get to be together on campus in person, I'm going to show you the difference. A ball that you can hold in your hands is a sphere. A globe, like we have in our classroom, this ornament is a sphere, and balloons are spherical. The next shape is called a cone, and a cone is a 3D shape because it is solid and not flat. One end has a circle, and here are some cones in real objects that we might find in our community or sometimes even in our school. Ice cream cone is a cone. It's even called a cone, and this is even called a cone. We have some at school. You might get to see some of those. This hat is shaped like a cone, and this carrot shaped like a cone. Now, shapes can either be 2D or 3D, so let's take a look at these shapes and see which ones are 2D and which ones are 3D. Flat, 2D. Sphere is 3D. Flat, solid. Flat, flat, solid, solid. 2D, 3D, 2D, 3D, 2D, 2D, 3D, 3D. And we can compare 2D shapes to 3D shapes. For example, look at this cone, how it looks like there's a circle, and that looks like a triangle when it's on paper. It's a 3D shape, but you can see the 2D shapes that make it. Same thing with this cylinder. You can see the 2D shapes that work together to make a cylinder. It's a 3D shape because it pops out. And the cube has sides that look like squares. So now, boys and girls, you have learned more about naming and finding and comparing two-dimensional shapes and three-dimensional shapes. You did a great job. We're going to keep learning about shapes. See you next time.